actions on Tuesday afternoon, Erika McGriff was arrested for battery on a law enforcement officer, resisting an officer with violence, and operating a motor vehicle while having a driver's license that is revoked.
All right, guys, so here we go again. Another police-involved incident, another viral video, and another round of outrage before anyone even knows what actually happened. And quite frankly, I am tired of it. I think that Black people should be extremely tired of it because every time something like this goes down, it is our faces that is plastered all over social media. It is our emotions that is being weaponized. And it's people like Ben Crump showing up like clockwork. And you already know if Ben Crump is involved, there is some political ambulance chasing happening in the background. This is like the Al Sharpton. You know, he's very much so the same as Al Sharpton. If you know anything about Al Sharpton, you know he doesn't care about the Black community. Now, this time, the video out of Jacksonville, Florida, shows 39-year-old Erika McGriff being arrested outside of Idea Charter School, and the clips going around make it look like she was some innocent mother being attacked out of nowhere. But, of course, that is not what happened. According to Sheriff T.K. officers say she punched and bit an officer who approached her after seeing her car left in the middle of the road running while she was walking her daughter to school. The problem is social media only shows the takedown, not the part where she refused to cooperate, not the part where she lied, and definitely not the part where she escalated the situation herself. The officer wasn't just some random cop on a power trip. He was stationed at the school as a part of a safety program. His job was literally to protect the children walking in and out every morning. So before everyone jumps to outrage, let's talk about what really happened that morning, because feelings doesn't change facts. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I am Carmen Jaycee. If you're new here, make sure you hit the like or the subscribe button. If you want to support the channel, hit the super thanks or the buy me a coffee link below. And make sure you guys be sure to drop a comment to keep us in the algorithm. Also, just so we can help spread this message even further. And you know, I love to hear what you guys have to say. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, guys. So, you know, we're going to start with what actually happened, not what's being chopped up for social media views. Here's the truth. An officer on school patrol spots a Black woman and her child getting out of the car to walk her daughter to school. The problem is she leaves the car running in the middle of the road, blocking traffic right outside of Idea Charter School. Now, he approaches the woman as she's walking away from her car. Now, the woman, she is 39-year-old Erika McGriff. And I just want to give you guys a quick side note that this is a 39-year-old adult woman who is not going to comply or doesn't know how to comply. I just want you guys to keep that in mind because this is the reason why the children don't comply. There's a reason why a lot of people out of the community don't comply because, reminder, Black women are raising most of the children. Now, when an officer asks where she's going and requests her driver's license, she immediately refuses. She claims she wasn't the driver, even though the car is literally sitting there running in the street and he just saw her get out of it. So let's go ahead and take a look at that interaction. Take a listen.
Hey, where you going? I need your license. I need your license. That's your car. I just want to get out of the car. Okay.
I'm the passenger. The driver went to the school. The driver's at the school, sir.
You can get a ticket.
I will believe.
Listen, you can get a ticket or you can keep playing this game and go to jail. I will give you one chance. You create the drama.
I don't want any drama. I want to go home and I just came to pick up my child.
Okay.
I just came to pick up my child. That's all. Please don't grab me. Please don't go on me. Don't grab me. Sir, let me go. You hurting my baby. No, I'm going back to my car. Let me.
Now, once again, this officer is just doing his job. He is not trying to harass her. He is enforcing the law. But instead of cooperating, Erika decides she's not going to listen. Police later confirmed what I already suspected. Her license was revoked, which explains the lie because the truth always shows up even when you try to walk away from it. And that's just how things are sometimes. Now, from there, things escalated quickly. She gets verbally aggressive. She starts yelling, and then it turns physical. She hits him. She bites him. And when the officer tries to restrain her, she resists again. Let's go ahead and take a look at that moment.
Hey, you hiding my arm? You hiding me?
Now, that moment might look harsh out of context, and honestly, it looks harsh in context too. But what you just saw led up to it. The refusal, the lie, the physical assault. At that point, it is not a conversation anymore. It is an arrest. And let's be clear, when he first came up to her, she knew she was wrong, okay? She knew her license was revoked, even if he didn't know that. And that's the problem in a lot of these situations. Like, you know you're bogus, okay? And instead of being accountable and saying, you know what, officer, you right, you double down. This is the problems we're seeing in the Black community. She knew she was going to go to jail because she had a revoked license, and that is why she lied. This is the part that people online conveniently leave out. They'll show you the takedown, but skip the 5 minutes before that caused it. Because the full truth does not trend, outrage does. And to be clear, this wasn't about race or profiling. It was an officer enforcing the law and a woman who thought she didn't have to follow it. Once pride enters the chat, it turns into chaos every single time. And the sad part is we're still not learning. We're not connecting how our behavior directly affects the outcome. A minor traffic infraction just turned into 3 felonies. Absolutely crazy. All right, so police obviously had to respond to all of this because, of course, Ben and Crump already ran to social media with a half story. So let's start with what the police actually said. They held a press conference addressing what really happened that morning outside of Idea Charter School. And I want you guys to go ahead and take a listen to that. Take a listen.
As a result of her actions on Tuesday afternoon, Erika McGriff was arrested for battery on a law enforcement officer, resisting an officer with violence, and operating a motor vehicle while having a driver's license that is revoked as a habitual traffic offender, which is probably what led to her refusing to give some of those things over in the very beginning. These charges are all third-degree felonies, each punishable by up to 5 years in Florida State Prison. Additionally, McGriff was cited for multiple traffic violations. So what's today's takeaway? If you violently resist our officers, if you punch them, if you bite them, you will be arrested. If you crowd and harass our officers or any first responder after a verbal warning, you will be arrested. JSO will always hold accountable those who violate the law. But this entire episode reaches beyond even law violations. It speaks to the breakdown of civil society that some in our community not only quietly accept, but actively promote. So beyond breaking the law, these adults committed these acts in front of vulnerable and impressionable school children. These adults modeled and normalized for school-age children not only breaking the law, but also lying to the police, violently resisting the police, punching police officers, biting a police officer, and harassing a police officer, and encumbering a police officer. Officer Holton was simply doing his job.
Now, according to the press conference, not only was Erika McGriff arrested, but 2 other people was arrested for violating the new HALO law. Now, that law was passed in January of 2025, which means you cannot interfere with an officer or come within 25 feet during an active arrest. People actually got arrested for getting too close and refusing to back up. And that standard has to be set if we expect police to stay safe. We all act like this is a black and white issue, but there's a lot of gray in being a police officer. Their job is tremendously hard. Their safety has to come first, even when they're protecting the public. Because if an officer gets hurt or distracted in the middle of an arrest, everyone loses. Now, the police also say that Erika's own daughter, the same little girl she was walking to school that morning, later called and threatened the school. So now they're actively looking for her, which is quite telling. And it just shows you how the dysfunction just spreads. Now, let's go ahead and take a listen to the police department and what they had to say about those threats. Take a listen.
Disappointingly, this negative modeling had direct consequences here. Currently, there's an active pickup order for a juvenile for making threats to shoot up Idea Charter School because of this incident.
Now, here comes the predictable part. Ben Crump shows up because, of course, he does. The moment there's a viral video, here comes the camera crew, the emotional post, and the edited video that starts right in the middle of the struggle. I want you guys to go ahead and take a listen to what Ben Crump had to say about all this. Take a listen.
Ben Crump confirmed to us he is now representing Erika McGriff. Tonight, McGriff is in jail facing 3 third-degree felony charges. In a brand new statement, Crump called the video disturbing and, quote, another example of unnecessary and excessive force used against a black woman during what should have been a routine encounter, end quote. Crump also saying he will fight to hold the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office accountable.
It's the same emotional manipulation every single time. Selective clips, no context, just outrage. And here's the thing. When the police throw a punch, even if they're reacting to resistance, it gives activists like Ben Crump ammunition. Because if the police hit like that, it hands the narrative to the activists. Nobody looks like the hero. The city pays, the public gets outraged, and the system loses. So nobody wins. Now, to be clear, Ben Crump isn't an activist. He is a chaos broker. When I watched how he lied during the Trayvon Martin case, that told me everything I needed to know. Like, he just lied. He flat out lied. If you guys haven't seen my take on that, you guys should go ahead and probably watch it because it's very, very interesting what happened there. He posts half clips, tell half truths, and he monetizes off Black pain. He will never be the person standing in these neighborhoods teaching kids how to de-escalate, how to comply, or how to respect authority, because that does not bring a paycheck. Ben Crump shows up for headlines, not truth. He shows up for fame, not accountability. And that behavior right there, it is what is disgusting. We keep calling it racism when, to be honest, a lot of the time it is just a rebellion against accountability. And it is getting embarrassing. You guys should be tired of it. I'm tired of it. And the media is just as guilty because they're the ones that push these narratives and you guys clap for it. All right, so now nobody wants to see a woman restrained, especially not in front of her child. But can we be honest that this is 100% preventable? Erika McGriff wasn't some victim of circumstances. She actually caused this. Leaving your car running in the middle of the street, lying about it, refusing to comply, hitting and biting an officer, all while your child is watching, is dysfunctional, okay? And that's exactly why so many kids are growing up believing defiance is a virtue instead of a liability. To be clear, compliance is not submission. It is protection. Handle your grievances in court, not in the streets. You're not going to win an argument with law enforcement while resisting arrest. That is stupid. And this is where the conversation needs to get uncomfortable because we have built a culture in the Black community where not trusting the police is worn like a badge of honor. When people believe they're entitled to challenge authority, scream racism, and act like victims no matter what the situation is. That fake sense of superiority, that imaginary standard we hold ourselves to, is going to get a lot of people hurt, if not killed. And we keep saying we're targeted when in reality, too many of us are targeting ourselves through pure ignorance and pride. And at this point, it feels like some people want a confrontation just to record it, post it, and hope Ben Crump shows up with a check. Because that's what it's turned into, a payday scam built on pain, defiance, and dysfunction. It is disgusting. And the sad part is the more we act like this, the worse it is going to get. These encounters are escalating faster, growing more violent, and spreading to younger generations who think rebellion equals power. But rebellion without discipline is just chaos. Now, the officer was there to protect the students. Instead, he ended up fighting a grown woman who couldn't accept responsibility. And now her daughter is following the same path. This is how generational chaos repeats itself. Respect for authority is not oppression, okay? It is order. All right, guys, I'm going to get into some of you guys' comments. Someone says, so wonderful and refreshing to hear your voice tell it like it is. I've only been watching your channel for a few weeks now, but I am impressed by your forthrightness. Keep speaking up. The message has to come from within your community, and you are among its most eloquent speakers. I was also highly impressed by the chief of police of Chicago. I think he would make a great mayor as he is very clear, honest, and focused, but has to operate within a very flawed system. You know what? I appreciate you so much, and I believe so many more people need to speak up. And, we have to get out of our emotions, guys. Emotions will get you killed or kill you. I'm telling you. Marcus Daniel says, congratulations, Carmen, on your 150K. We all love you and all you do. I appreciate you, Marcus Daniel. You're always supporting the channel, and I just love you guys. You guys make all of this worth it, I swear. Kevin Davis says, Carmen, keep up the good work. Run for mayor of Chicago. I will move there just to vote for you. I'm not into this for the politics of it all. I'll leave the politics to the politicians, but I appreciate that beautiful comment. Sam Holbrook says, speaking the truth, a small donation for you. God bless you. God bless you as well, Sam. And that is a very generous donation. And I really appreciate your support to the channel and just watching and keeping engaging with my content. Truth Be Told says, thanks. Thank you, Truth Be Told. Quindy Eskimo says, your channel is my go-to place to get the unbiased truth about controversial topics and events. I appreciate you, Quindy Eskimo. I really do try to not be biased when I'm presenting information. Like, I do have my biases, but I try to give a fair analysis. And I hope you guys can see that I try to do that because I appreciate you guys watching. Baguette Cindy says, thanks. Thank you, Baguette Cindy. And I appreciate you guys so much. You guys, I cannot do this without all the support and the love that you guys just pour into me. So thank you guys so much. I am Carmen Jaycee. If you're new here, make sure you hit the like or the subscribe button. If you want to support the channel, hit the super thanks or the buy me a coffee link below, as well as make sure you guys drop a comment and keep us in the algorithm. Also, you know, I want to hear what you guys have to say. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys next time.
I'm breaking chains, freeing minds, it's a time to rise. Conscious culture in my veins, yeah, we see through the lies. They telling stories, trying to mold what we thinking inside. But I'm cutting through illusions, showing truth worldwide. They trying to box us in, but we step out the line. Redefining who we are, no longer falling behind. I see the games they playing, how they shape our design. So I'm speaking for the thinkers who refuse to be blind.